Hello there, comic book fans. I figured I'd bring you today another installment of taking a look at something, because I got so many obscure and weird comics that people have probably never seen before that are good. I figured I'd show some of them to you in case you're interested in reading something new. And today's comic is going to be something called Rex Mundi, which I think is Latin for King of the World, and also was another name for Satan at one point, because Satan was the king of the world, where God was the king of heaven, and Satan was the king of the world in, I think, Gnostic Christianity. But anyway, this originally came out in 2002, was the first issue, and there's 18 issues in Volume 1. This was published by Image. And then Volume 2, this is Volume 2, was published by Dark Horse and had 19 issues. So altogether, 2 volumes, 18, and the logo's a little easier to read there. But this story, it came out, I think, right before the Da Vinci Code. Right about the same thing, because it got compared to the Da Vinci Code at the time. Though, like I said, I think it's written by, what's the guy's name? Arvid Nelson. Eric Johnson is listed as co-creator. And Eric J. is listed as the artist here, I think. And here's a quick look at the art in the first issue. And the reason it's compared to the Da Vinci Code is that it takes some of the same source material as the Da Vinci Code. I don't know how familiar you are with Henry Lincoln, Holy Blood and Holy Grail books from the early 80s, where he came up, actual, not comics, but books, where he came up with this whole hypothesis about the Knights Templar and how Jesus and Mary had a baby, and the Holy Grail was really the bloodline of all the stuff you'll find in the Da Vinci Code, all that sort of background material about a conspiracy going back 2,000 years. That's all actually from Henry Lincoln in a series of a couple of books in the early 80s, which were sort of historical, history, but speculative history books. Well, Rex Mundi mines some of that same material for its comic, except the difference is, I'll run you through some covers as we're looking. Issue 2. The difference is, in the world of Rex Mundi, it's a fantasy world slightly, where that magic exists, but it's kind of a not a huge magic, but a kind of a low level magic exists. And also, the European families, the European royalty never fell, so that in this world, all the royal houses still run Europe. And so, like, France has a royal family. And there's all sorts of politics going on in this book. There's a whole political thing. There's some Knights Templar right there. They're the ones who wore the white costume with the red cross on it. They're actual historical knights. And so, in this, this is the lead character. He's a doctor in Paris, Saunier, who is a priest in the actual story of our world. And he gets involved helping someone, and he stumbles upon this mystery that has to do with Jesus and magic and the royal families. And meanwhile, the royal families of France are trying to start a war with the royal families of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And like I said, Eric J., I think, drew all of these. We'll open up another one, just for the heck of it. He drew all of this first volume. I think the art wasn't my favorite. He's a little thin-lined for me, but it was solidly. His storytelling was good. This guy with the mask are like the Pope's enforcers. They're like the there's no real sort of secular law, but there's religious law going on in their world. So it's like the royal houses or the religious law can enforce their will on you, the ordinary citizen. Some decent artwork. And he's like trying to solve this mystery of because they covered up all sorts of stuff about Jesus and this and that. Much like in the Da Vinci Code, though, I think this has a more satisfying ending than the Da Vinci Code. They just kind of the mystery was better in this one because they went off from the Henry Lincoln mystery a lot more. Is issue 12. And I also liked all the politics that went on in this. As a matter of fact, let me see if there's if I can find one. The letters page / editorial pages in these. Oh, there we go. Look at all that. That's all sorts of background information about the world that they're in, and all the stuff that went on. Oh, there we are. There's the fake French newspaper. What does this say here? Unrest in Holy Roman Empire. Rudolph III to visit Sarajevo. Special joint session of Parliament convenes today. Duke of Lorraine to propose new policy sightings of catacomb darklings on the rise. So this page was always fun. This, like I said, it gave more background information to the politics at the time. And then this was, I think, the writer and the artist giving you some more background on themselves each time. So the good Dr. Saunier just keeps trying to keep his patients alive, but the popes and guys are after him. Everybody's trying to keep him on the straight and narrow and from finding out whatever secret they hold. The Duke of Lorraine was sort of the main political player in this. He was, I think Lorraine was the largest French province or something. All sorts of fun stuff going on. And and then let's see, I guess this is issue. In this issue, the Art Nouveau cover, we get a new artist, and it's Juan Ferreira. He's the guy. He's since gone on to do Colder from Dark Horse. I kind of like his style a lot better. It wasn't quite as developed here as it is in Colder. In Colder, he does it much. Let me show you like I said, that's issue 18, last issue of Image. Dark Horse picked it up with a new issue number 1. And this is Juan Ferreira's issue. Ferreira. Ferreira? I wish I could pronounce it, but I don't know how to pronounce that Y. But his stuff is much less linear and a little more painterly. And he really, like I said, by the time he's doing Colder for Dark Horse, he really has this painterly stuff down. Some nice various pages that he does. And he does the painterly stuff pretty well here. Matter of fact, I like that cover. Like there was a good chance that Rex Mundi wasn't going to end well, only because when they set up mysteries, sometimes people don't always have the. This was not quite Nazi, but there's, like I said, in the political factions that are going on, some of them were fascist, some of them were Republican, some of them were straight up royalty. So there's a take on the. Matter of fact, I don't even think this took place. This may have taken place in like the 1950s in this alternate world too. I can't remember. This is one of these I've meant to go back and read since I have them all, but I still haven't. I think it ended in '09, and I haven't gone back and read them all since then. Ah, man, time flies. But I sure want to, because it was a series I very enjoyed a whole lot as it was coming out. That's issue 7. The battle, I think as the series went on too, there was an inevitable world war that was going to happen as a backdrop to all of this in Europe. I think they told us what happened to the United States in this, but I don't really remember. Because like I said, it all took place in France and Europe, so that the United States was a bit player. They weren't really big time. There's a nice illustrative cover on issue number 10. '11. Like I said, boy, this is volume 2. All the Dark Horse stuff. I think she's doing a little magic there. Like I said, it's the magic exists in this world, but it's kind of a low-level theme. Tanks are still way more powerful than magic. That looks like Guy Davis did an issue. Look at that. I'd forgotten about that. Guy Davis did it. Back to Juan Ferreira. Oh, I like that back cover, by the way. That just popped up at me. Nice and moody. This is a very moody book. I like that. Lot of nice covers on these Dark Horse ones, I have to say. This stuff, I believe Dark Horse published all these as trades or even omnibus editions. All the Image issues plus the Dark Horse issue. So if you want to track this down and you don't want to track the issues down, you can get it as collected editions. Hey, that's Joseph Michael Linsner cover. I guess they had different people doing the covers as they wanted it down. Juan is still doing the interiors on this. And here's the last issue. Issue 19. The end. He'll pull that out so you can see it a little better. Still glare. That looks a little like Mike Mignola in that castle. I wonder who covered Mike Mignola and Dave Stewart. It's amazing I recognized a Mike Mignola just from a castle. But excellent series. Rex Mundi. I liked it a lot. If you like your series with political intrigue, a little magic, 2 different publishers, popes, royal families, fascists, all sorts of fun stuff. I don't know if the trades reprint all that fun background material in the letters pages and editorial page. I would hope they do, but if they don't, I don't know how hard it is to track down these issues. I'm the only one I know who bought them, so. But still, 2 companies, 18, 19 issues a company, they gotta be out there somewhere. So, if you ever want to read something interesting, something different, something a bit of a thriller, something a little like the Da Vinci Code, check out Rex Mundi.